we're showing here is the transition between the new to the old from 1919 to 1870. This is the opera house coming to life from the old grain look to the pristine glint new look of the theatre. And then what I'll do is I'll break down three of the sequences here, just to give you an indication of how much work goes into these sort of sequences. First of the transitions is the statues, which go from decrepit old, you can see the cobwebs and the smoke passing through, to the new beauty pass. To do that, we had multiple passes on a motion control rig. And you can see here, this is an old pass, which shows you the cobwebs and the dust. From there, we have people with air guns blowing dust in the general direction of the transition. This is a light pass, which gives us an indication of how fast the transition is within the sequence, as well as gives us an ability to pull a key to help us go from the new to the old. And this is a beauty pass which has everything on, to the point of it looking very pristine and very beautiful. And a combination of mats, rather than using just wipes and dissolves and whatever, we used keying elements, highlight passes and matte passes to reveal the two passes, the two sequences. And you can see here this is like multiple passes of dust elements. See this element passing through here. And that was what we call a pre-comp, and the final version with our old film look. We combine the two sequences together. That's the first part. This is a transition between the auditorium to the dome. Again, this was shot in Pinewood in England. And you can see it going from the new to the old. Again, motion control passes. This is the beauty look. And you can see what's happening here is we're seeing the top of the studio, where there is no actually third tier and there is no dome. So the third tier we had to put in as well as the dome. So we had a 3D model built for us, which we tracked to the sequence, and our chandelier. And in combining all these together, we create the sequence. So in this particular case, we see this is the old burnt-out dome. We can see the third tier as well as the dome, as well as the chandelier in its old burnt-out state. And then we have the new pristine dome. The lights are coming on, the new chandelier and the new dome, making it look very pretty. And then from there, we combine the two sequences together to make the one shot. Again, it's all to do with the trick of the eye. You're not really supposed to see the sequence happen. It's supposed to happen before you know the shot is finished, and what you're looking at is a pristine theatre. In the third sequence, we have the chandelier rise to its full glory. This is actually a full CG shot with 3D green screen elements of the chandelier. This is another pass of the chandelier. This is the full glow light pass, which gives us a key pass also. You can see the glints and the crystals shining. So we use this as another element within the sequence. And then combining all these elements together in front of our CG dome, And again, this is a full 3D rendered CG dome. This is the pristine version. And again, this is the burnt out version. And you can see they've texture mapped pieces of wooden boards, and the ceiling has really quite decrepit and broken down. This is a pass which shows you the ceiling in its transitional phase. And then combining all the elements together, we go from the burnt out to the new. At the end of Act 1, we see the Phantom coming up from the roof of the opera house. In this particular sequence, must have been at least 50 to 60 layers just to create that one shot. So basically, we have our actor on a blue screen stage, and then the miniature which was shot in England, all the different passes again, combining all these elements to create the one pass. This is what we call one of the beauty passes. And you can see here where it's just in its very basic raw stage. We have no detail, no matte painting, no highlights.
In order to create the shot, a 12:1 scale model of the Opera Populaire is constructed at Shepperton Studios in England. Executive producer Austin Shaw and model unit supervisor Jose Granell discuss the finish and detail of the model before a programmable motion control camera is brought in to help create the shot.
This is a full lit pass, which we can then pull out elements. Again, you can see a bit of the soundstage back here. This one's the actual base plate, which we then combine everything onto. You can see it's a very moody shot, little bit of highlights here and there, and then we start adding layers of other sequences onto this shot. The matte painting, which we track into the background. One of the many snow elements, which is again done in 3D. In this particular case, we also combined a 3D cape, which was tracked to the actor. And combining all those elements, we create the final shot. And then all the different passes of the miniature coming through. Bit of the highlight here of the full pass. The lights are from the dark sequence, and then we have the matte painting in the background.